Okay, we have our external editors and our metadata presets ready to go. So now we're about ready to import. Two ways: File, Import Photos, Videos, or bottom left, Import button. So easy. When you stick a memory card or a new hard drive into your computer, you'll get the import dialog to pop up, usually in Lightroom, ask you if you want to use it to move and import photos. I personally don't like to use that. I like to manually move my photos to folders on my hard drive so I know where they are. Make sure once you move them there, though, you're not planning on moving them again. Put them where you want them to stay, because the way Lightroom finds and maps those images to the catalog. So, import. The dialog box will open. Here you'll see on the left the source. The source is where your images are coming from. So if you have multiple hard drives, you can pick between those. I'll go ahead and stay here on my master. I'm going to go through the files, of course, as I need to get to my desktop, Lightroom Training and RAW files. Here I have multiple folders of images that we're going to go ahead and work with as our training pictures for this series. I want to import all of these, as I'm sure you'll want to import tons of photos yourself. Best way to do it is when you bring your pictures off of your memory card, you put them in a folder that you know they're going to stay in. I call this one Raw Images, and every shoot is a date and name. Every shoot, a new folder, date and name. So there's not just one big cluster. It's hard to keep organized all your pictures that way. This keeps organization and easy findings. So let's go ahead. I can also pick the master folder and include subfolders. Easy way to do this. So I can bring them all at once. Now you'll see all the thumbnails in the center and these checkboxes. Checkboxes are what is going to be imported. I suggest if you're bringing in the photos from a folder, bring in all of the photos. Because if you're going to delete them from the hard drive, it's easier to do that through Lightroom than it is by randomly searching through for the numbers you don't want. It's a hassle. Okay, I know I want all of the photos, so they're all checked. And here, if there's possible duplicates after a while, if you re-import from the same folder and you don't know what you do and don't have, it's okay. Lightroom will search the EXIF data, and if there's a duplicate, it'll warn you and darken it here. The box will be actually shadowed like this because it doesn't need to be brought in. Your previews above, embed in sidecar. That's generally what I do. You can set the standard also for a standard view. Embed in sidecar is fine. Minimal, small is going to take a while to load in your develop, and one-to-one takes up more space. That's how that one works. And underneath our apply during import presets, develop preset settings. If you want to apply a develop preset, you can. For raw shooters, if you're shooting something intentionally for black and white, even looking at monochrome on the back of your camera, it's not going to give you a monochrome raw file. So it's going to come in as color in Lightroom. You can go ahead and select one of your black and white conversion presets, or later on after we get into develop, make your own. This is going to flip your version so you're not looking at just color options. Once they're imported, you're looking at them in the intended black and white. Easier on the eye and easier to know what you're working with from the get-go. Also, metadata. Go ahead and pick that preset we made earlier. Mine's the master preset. And then keywords, any keyword specific to the entire shoot, set that up right here. Add them in. This has multiple keywords because of multiple photos. So I could add a couple like business name or photographer name, that type of a thing. I'm not going to add in all of the keywords right now. I'm going to do that later on, folder by folder. Once we have these things set, go ahead and click import. Here for a second, you'll see all your thumbnails draw in as Lightroom finds all those photos and imports them from their current location on your hard drive. And then it's going to fetch those previews for you and render out the previews. That's going to take a minute. It's not going to prevent you from doing any work. It's just going to make things slow for a few minutes until this is finished. You see, the more photos you have, the longer it's going to take. 289. It's going pretty quickly right now. And it's going to slow down. You'll see.